Good, thanks.
Oh, it's so nice and sunny out. It's not like that this morning. It was gross this morning.
Coach said your three-pointer is probably better than it was when you were in Princeton. Is it something you worked on when you got here with, determined to be a better shooter?
Yeah, it was definitely a part of my game that I knew I had to improve in, just to help this team out and to be the best version of me. So over the summer, I put a lot of time in with our GAs. They're awesome. And with Mo, one of our guard coaches. So they've been super helpful for me.
I mean, you have such a good pull-up. Do you prefer the three now just because it's something new, or?
I feel like just take whatever the defense gives me. If the pull-up's there, it's there. If the three's there, then I'll take that.
Did something click for you the last few games? It's not just your scoring's up, but you seem to be looking for your shot more.
Yeah, I think something did click. Everything feels a lot more comfortable, and I feel more confident in what I'm doing. And I feel like hopefully it just continues to trend that way.
Do you feel like that turning point was that Villanova game, or was it a combination of things?
Yeah, I think I had a few good practices before that Nova game, and then that Nova game definitely helped.
Kaitlyn, on most teams, there are one or two players that have to score in order for them to win. On this team, and we've seen it, AZ could score 18 if you need it. She could maybe score 4, and you could still win because there are so many different options. Lately, you've been one of those options. What's the dynamic like fitting in and playing on a team of that type?
I think that's the best part of our team. Like, you never know who you have to guard, and you can have Paige or Sarah drop 30 on any night, and it's like, that's what makes us so good. You have to guard everyone who's out there, and we play so well together. It's never like selfish, like trying to get yours. Like, everyone's so happy for each other to get theirs.
Does it seem strange that the three has come? Because it was only about 2 weeks ago, Coach was saying, yeah, we can't wait for January to get over because Kaitlyn is like, oh, for January. Is it that simple that just one good game or something clicking can change your whole confidence and all of a sudden, you're a good three-point shooter?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I've been shooting well in practice and when I was shooting on the side in warm-ups. So I think it was just a matter of time before I started knocking them down in the games.
How do you feel like your defense has developed this year? Which has talked a lot about just kind of how much that's powered everything for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, playing defense here is definitely a lot of fun. I feel like I came from a very defensive-minded school at Princeton, but here we're able to just put a lot more pressure on other teams, and it's a lot of fun to speed other teams up and force them to take bad shots because we get easy transition baskets on the other end. So it's definitely been a lot of fun.
Was that something you had to get comfortable with, that like running the press and everything?
Yeah, sort of getting used to it because we never really pressed at Princeton. It was sort of more like just like guard yours, keep yours in front of you. It was less like ball pressure, get out there, get in passing lanes. So it's definitely sort of fun taking those risks in the games, and then when they pay off, it definitely helps.
Is that why you think the defense is better, because you are pressuring people, or are you just more connected as the year goes on?
I think definitely a combination of both. Like, with pressure, you need to be connected because you have to have each other's backs, or else other teams are going to be able to take advantage of our pressure. So I feel like we've done a really good job of being there for each other on back cuts and just sort of covering up for each other defensively.
Kaitlyn, was there ever a point here at UConn that you weren't sure whether you could play at this level? And if it was, when did it sort of click that you realized that you are just as talented as the other players here and around the country?
I think maybe when I first got here, I started feeling it out and seeing how I would fit in this kind of environment. But once we got through like the first week or two, I feel like I knew what I was capable of, and it was just a matter of getting comfortable within our system.
A couple of weeks removed, we're just wondering if your family at all was affected by the LA fires and just how it's been like for you to see the support going to LA now that they've raised so much money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously really, really sad. I feel for a lot of my high school friends because I was sort of up by where my high school was. Thankfully, my family lives about like 15-ish minutes south of where it was, so we were okay, but definitely scary. Probably one of the worst ones that I've seen in a long, long time, or even honestly since I've been alive.
What do you appreciate about Ashlyn's game?
Ashlyn's great. I mean, she brings so much energy, and she knows what she's good at, and she's going to get to her spots. And yeah, I love Ash.
Kaitlyn, it's a long season. We're here in February. What do you do to kind of take your mind away from the game to come back refreshed?
Honestly, just like hanging out in the apartments with everyone, sort of just having a good time. I feel like, yeah.
Any hobbies or special interests that you have?
I like reading, although reading has been harder once school has started. Just tough. I haven't really watched a lot of shows recently. I really should, but thank God TikTok's back though. TikTok is great. I think a lot of my free time I end up on TikTok, so.
Well, Caroline hasn't been able to play this season, but Gino's was very complimentary of how she is as a teammate. Just how have you seen her help the whole team from the sidelines?
Yeah, I mean, Caroline's probably the best teammate we have here. She's always there for everyone, and she knows when to pick each person up and when they need help. And she's just someone you can always count on. And she's super, super vocal. Even if she's not in the drill playing, she's on the sideline constantly calling everything out, talking even the younger players through what she's seeing. So Caroline's awesome. She's someone that you know will always be there for you.
Did that help you at all, trying to get adjusted to the UConn system? Did she help you through some of those things?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely helpful hearing her voice on the sideline, sort of talking you through things. Yeah.
Gino talked about how important it is that you and AZ have both been injected into the starting lineup and the jolt and just what that, it raises the floor to what you guys can accomplish. How important has it been for you, to kind of what you alluded to before, about continuing to find that confidence, knowing that sometimes, as a quote-unquote role player, to say, like, finding your shots with Paige on the floor and Sarah on the floor isn't always the easiest thing to do?
Yeah, I just think I continue to be aggressive, looking for my shot, but just taking what's given in front of me. And that might also mean, I feel like being aggressive will open things up for everyone else too, as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you guys.